If you average out the View hosts, among the dumbest people on television.
Sunny's dumb. Certainly not the brightest person. And what she just said just doesn't make any sense. It's just like so silly to say. It's not a well thought out. It's like if you had an idea for a premise and it was totally baked and half baked and you went on stage with it and it's nothing
just
there.
Go for it. Yeah,
there's nothing there.
I mean, you're married. Tom, you're married. If your husband's doing something, if he's allegedly doing something like this, you guys would know if your wives were up to some nefarious stuff. But let's just not forget who she is. She's been, for years, lecturing America about morality, inequality, systemic failures, and look at her track record. How many times has she had to go on in the past 2 months and look at the camera and do a legal apology?
The morning the scandal broke felt like any other, coffee in hand, mindlessly scrolling the news, until one headline stopped everything cold. Sunny Hostin's name lit up the screen. But this time it wasn't about her fiery debates on The View. No, the spotlight had shifted, hard, to her husband, Dr. Emmanuel Manny Hostin. An orthopedic surgeon by trade, Dr. Hostin and his practice, orthopedics and sports medicine, are now smack in the middle of a legal firestorm. We're talking accusations of insurance fraud, illegal kickbacks, and, buckle up, a massive RICO lawsuit featuring a jaw-dropping 180 defendants. That's not just a scandal. That's a full-blown legal thriller. But before we unpack this blockbuster mess, hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss a single twist in this Hollywood-sized saga. Let's break it down, legalese and all.
I agree with mostly everything that's been said. I mean, we know that, only about 31% of Americans trust our healthcare system. We have a terrible healthcare system. And doctors suffer because of big corporations as well. Doctors that want to do good, like my husband, operates on someone even though they don't have insurance and then has to sue health insurance companies to get paid for the work that he's been trained his whole life to do.
The RICO Act, short for the Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act, was designed to take down the mafia, the real deal organized crime families. But here's the twist. This time, it's not mobsters in the crosshays, it's doctors, surgeons, and entire medical practices. Think less Goodfellas, more Grey's Anatomy meets American Greed. At the heart of the lawsuit, allegations that Dr. Hostin and others were part of a coordinated scheme to game the healthcare system. We're talking kickbacks for unnecessary surgeries, inflated billing, and procedures that might never have even happened. Imagine this, patients wheeled into operating rooms they didn't need, insurance companies footing the bill, and behind the scenes, money swapping hands like it's a late-night poker game in the OR.
A citizen that has a policy. I mean, I'm not saying that Joe Rogan should be removed from Spotify. He's got 11 million listeners. He's got $100 million, contract as of 2020. But I do think as the podcast platform, you have to have some sort of guidelines. How about a disclaimer on his podcast that says, this is misinformation? How about removing some of the podcasts that disseminate this misinformation?
They have.
And that's listen.
Now here's where it gets really juicy. The lawsuit doesn't just throw shade. It directly accuses Dr. Hostin of pocketing financial incentives for recommending or performing arthroscopic surgeries. On the surface, these minimally invasive joint procedures sound routine, even helpful. But according to the legal filings, many of them may have been completely unnecessary. So, were patients truly suffering from knee or shoulder issues? Or were they unknowingly lining someone's pockets? If these claims hold up, it's not just a case of medical malpractice. It's a breach of trust so deep it makes daytime soap scandals look like playground drama. Imagine going under the knife thinking you're being healed, only to find out you were just another chip in a rigged financial game. That's not just unethical, it's devastating.
Always the people that always do the pointing, and it always comes back to them, all right? So when you said this is the largest RICO case ever filed in the state of New York, you guys wrap that around your brain. That's bigger than the mafia case. Like the mafia one was number one. This one takes it over. So he was scamming insurance companies from taxi drivers, Uber drivers, and Lyft drivers. He was performing unnecessary surgeries and then providing fraudulent medical services in exchange.
But here's the twist. On the other side of this legal brawl is none other than American Transit Insurance Company. The plaintiffs claim they were scammed out of millions, billed for surgeries that either never happened or were completely unnecessary. Think you're ordering a prime steak and getting tofu with a side of fraud. But let's not crown anyone a hero just yet. Insurance companies aren't exactly saints. They've got their own rap sheet, underpaying doctors, denying legitimate claims, and jumping through every legal hoop to dodge a payout. So here's the million-dollar question. Is American Transit genuinely trying to blow the whistle on a massive health icon? Or is this just a last-ditch Hail Mary from a company bleeding cash and looking for a scapegoat? Either way, the courtroom just turned into a battlefield.
A new lawsuit obtained by Page Six. The orthopedic surgeon was one of 200 defendants named in one of the biggest racketeer influence and corrupt organization cases ever filed in New York. Emmanuel was accused of federal insurance fraud and, quote, getting kickbacks by performing surgery and billing a company that insured taxi companies and Uber.
Dr. Hostin's attorney, Dan Thwaites, didn't hold back. He slammed the lawsuit as a meritless stunt by a desperate company trying to claw back losses. According to him, this is nothing more than a last-ditch effort by a financially sinking ship. His strategy, classic courtroom playbook, shift the heat. Thwaites turned the spotlight on American Transit, painting them as the real villains behind the curtain. But just when you thought the drama peaked, enter Joe Rogan. The podcast king and media firebrand weighed in. And let's just say, he didn't come to play nice. Rogan called out The View, blasting the show's hypocrisy and reminding everyone that Sunny Hostin built her brand bashing others, acting holier than thou, while allegedly knowing about her husband's shady business. Then came the knockout line. If you averaged the IQs of The View hosts, you'd still struggle to hit triple digits. Brutal? Yes. But subtlety was never Rogan's style.
Saw you on The View.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's been overwhelming my past couple days. So I just went in there, did my thing. I had no idea what to expect. I didn't know who Sunny Hostin was. I actually still really don't know. So I wasn't expecting necessarily for her to kind of try to ambush me in that way and attack my character in that way.
Well, it is the show that people love to hate.
Yes, that's true. That's true.
They get so much hate watching viral clips of them saying ridiculous things. I mean,
yeah.
it is a rabies infested hen.
Harsh. Maybe. But Rogan's fans were loving every second of it. Meanwhile, as Dr. Hostin battles for his professional life in court, his wife Sunny, usually the loudest voice in any room, has gone radio silent. This is the same Sunny who takes on political firestorms daily on The View, yet now, not a word. No statement. No defense. No spin. Just silence. And that silence, it's deafening. Is she standing by her man, trying to quietly distance herself, or waiting for her legal team to script the perfect damage control? Theories are flying. Some say she's guarding her brand. Others think she's staying quiet to dodge becoming the next headline. Either way, her silence is speaking louder than a monologue on live TV. But here's the kicker. This isn't just about Dr. Hostin. He's just one name, one out of 180 defendants. We're talking about a web of doctors, medical practices, and even hospitals caught in this legal firestorm. If the accusations are true, this could be one of the biggest healthcare fraud schemes in recent history, an industrial-scale scam built on exploiting insurance loopholes and cashing in while patients were left in the dark.
Her husband accused of committing federal insurance fraud in a lawsuit, okay? Now, let's read this. Rob, is this a video?
Well, I have this. I'll show you this about.
Let me just read this and I'll come to you. So, Dr. Emmanuel Manny Hostin, an orthopedic surgeon and husband of The View co-host Sunny Hostin, is accused in December lawsuit fraudulently billing insurance. By the way, this is a Daily Caller story I'm reading. The lawsuit alleges Hostin knowingly provided fraudulent medical and other healthcare services in exchange for kickbacks and or compensation, and names him among nearly 200 defendants in one of New York's largest RICO cases. Wow. Hostin's attorney, Daniel Thwaites, denies the allegations, calling the lawsuit a meritless attempt by a near-bankrupt insurance carrier to intimidate doctors and restrict healthcare benefits. The case involves claims that Hostin performs unnecessary surgeries on patients after minor accidents without exploring less invasive treatments with American Transit citing New York's 1974 no-fault law as contributing to widespread.
It's like a heist movie, except instead of robbing banks, these alleged criminals are draining insurance premiums dry. But beneath the headlines and legal jargon lies the bigger question. How much trust do we really have in our healthcare system when profits come before patients? When doctors are chasing kickbacks and insurance companies are playing defense with denial tactics, trust doesn't just erode, it implodes. Patients shouldn't have to second-guess whether their treatment is real or just part of a billing scheme. And if ADCT is using this lawsuit as a flashy distraction from their own financial tailspin, then they are not the heroes. They are co-conspirators in the chaos. Make no mistake, this case is a tangled mess, and pulling at any one thread could unravel more than anyone's ready for. As of right now, Dr. Hostin hasn't been found guilty. These are just allegations. But the legal showdown ahead, oh, it's going to be explosive. Both sides are loading up their legal arsenals, and the courtroom is set to become the stage for one of the biggest scandals the medical world has seen in years. Whether he walks free or falls hard, this case is already exposing the rot beneath the surface, from the doctor's offices to the boardrooms of insurance giants. So buckle up, because this drama is far from over. And you know we'll be right here, popcorn in hand, breaking it all down for you, twist by twist. If you got value from today's breakdown, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Until next time, stay sharp, stay skeptical, and peace out.